There we are. Okay, I think I'm still having issues. Like, it says we're live here, but YouTube's showing ah, there we go. Okay. That's odd stuff, so I think a few issues are happening here. Good old YouTube and technology is being crazy again. Alright, what's up everybody? Danny Lightning here. How y'all doing? Hopefully everybody's here and not on the other one if something crazy happened. Apologize, everybody.
You disconnected that quickly enough.
We had a Streamlabs error. So, I'm here with PGO tonight. Say hello to PGO,
guys.
everybody. So we're going to do a little bit of War Robots talks, and some question and answers, and all kinds of good stuff like that. So, sounds like there's a bunch of new maps coming to the game, guys. I don't really have too many details about this, but I did see something with the latest developer video they put out, or one of the recent ones, talking about a bunch of new maps are coming. So that's pretty exciting, I think. I don't know what you guys think about that, but I bet you're pretty excited to see some new stuff. I don't know if that's going to come out like right away, or it could be a while. I just have no idea.
I think those interviews are mostly looking at like the year as a whole. So I mean, there'll be stuff. I actually don't remember that being one of the takeaways from that developer interview, but
one of the videos
we've got a couple more of those coming up. So
I think it was the one I watched today, or maybe it was yesterday. I'm not sure. They've posted a few different things. So they said new maps. I'm like, sweet. We need a few ones. I still want to see the Kill House map. That's like a tennis court. What's up, guys? I see Midnight. I see Chameleon, MTN, Thomas, Potato, War Robots the player. Braden's here. Condor, Snipe. Shellsate. I probably said that one wrong. Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? Hope you're all having a great day so far. I see Catters. Thanks, mods, for showing up to help keep the channel in check. Braden says Pixonic's going to add a robot that can go underground. I guess that's a possibility.
That was just a tease. I don't know if they're actually planning that. I think that's just Topsload being silly. I mean, it'll probably happen eventually if the game goes on long enough, but I feel that was just Topsload just throwing stuff out. But maybe it was a tease. I don't know.
I mean, that's not really much different than a teleporting robot or something.
It really isn't.
You know, it'll just like, I don't know, that would be pretty like interesting to see it burrow up through the ground or something. It'd be like a giant sandworm or the thing from Beetlejuice. Sky Blue, how's it going? So what's some interesting stuff you've seen that you would like to talk about today, PGO? Anything?
Well, I feel like I want to go deeper into the interviews once they're all done. We've got two more, one of them tomorrow and one of them on Saturday, my birthday. Hopefully there's some good news hopefully Pix has some good news for us on my birthday. But there also was on Reddit recently, there was a developer official response to feature requests, part 2, posted on Reddit.
Maybe that's where I saw the new maps. Didn't he say that on there? See, my memory's terrible.
There's been a couple different. There's like the one that's the official response from Shredder Blitz, and then there's from Shredder Blitz, and then there's another one where it was just one of the Reddit mods posting some of the responses that Kirso gave to questions on Discord, just collected onto Reddit. But this is the official response, and they're like responding like to a number of questions. The first one was like, allow friends in game via Discord, I think was the suggestion. Right, and the response was essentially, they're probably not going to do that because they're actually moving in the other direction. They're taking it so that our Facebook friends will not be our War Robots friends. We'll just use a native in-game thing, which is something a lot of us have been wanting for, because I'm 90% sure that's going to come in at about at the same time as they finish the platform merge, or around the same time, where we can start squatting with people from other platforms. Well,
that would
Android
be
and
iOS, cool, actually.
I mean, I've wanted for a long time for the native in-game friends list, because it's just so tiresome. It's like, oh, I don't like Facebook, so I don't have a Facebook account, and like, there's a lot of good reasons for people not to have a Facebook account.
Yeah, really.
And it's just annoying, and like, I don't want to give people my real name, so I've made 2 fake Facebook accounts to deal with this crap.
Isaac, we
really
usually talk about stuff for a little bit, then we answer some questions and whatnot. I agree. It kind of sucks having to connect games to Facebook. I don't like that at all, because I'm not really much of a Facebook person. I get on I even tried to make a little gaming page recently on Facebook, and I just can't find the time to get on there and keep up with it. So that was kind of a flop. I don't know. I'm just not into the whole Facebook.
Yeah. The second suggestion on this list here. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, Snipe, I'm not really sure anything about what's going to happen with Game Room. I think eventually it's supposed to be shutting down or something. And when that happens, you can move your profile over from Android or iOS or whatever. So you can change it once that happens, I've been told. I think it's going to be a while before it shuts down, but I could be wrong. I'm not sure if that's what you're talking about or not, but...
Yeah, I think that's what he's talking about. Then, like, the next suggestion is, like, the suggestion was that they add the ability to buy the Operation Pass with in-game currency.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And the response is that they're pretty happy with the Operation Pass.
I can
see why they would be.
Yeah, I mean,
people are buying it.
Yeah, we want the money, not the resources. We don't want your resources. We want your money, but that's the one thing. These mobile games are a business, so
yeah,
you know.
I mean, look, the Operation Pass is a good, because it's like a one-time deal. They can do a good like a sort of an ongoing experiment of how much they need to put in to get people to spend. And look, it's fine. I still find it to be a pretty good deal often enough. There are definitely ones where I'm just like, I don't actually need this stuff. But when, like, actually, I mean, I just got my last Tier 4 drone to have one for every bot in my hangar. So at this point, if they put another drone in an operation, I might not even buy it. Right? So
I get that. I could use a couple more good drones, to tell you the truth. But I haven't got the little special edition one yet. I think I got like 3 more levels to go or something until I get that. But I'm looking forward to it. The thing I like the most, though, is probably the Platinum out of there. The Platinum is nice. I mean, it's great to be able to upgrade some Titans with that Platinum.
Oh, yeah. No, the Platinum is definitely a big factor. But for me, it's just like, I need the Platinum plus something else I was going for. If there's a special edition bot that I want, or a drone that I want, plus the Platinum, then I'm like, okay, well, this is worth my money now.
Well, I mean,
there's only one or the other.
Two atomizers isn't too bad. Well, you keep talking.
I mean, those ones look sweet. They look sweet, but I have so many weapons.
Yeah, I hear you.
There's just so many weapons, just like they're lying all around my hangar. Just like, what am I gonna do with all these level 1 weapons?
I know. I got a bunch of them. I can't afford to upgrade them all either. So, but if you don't have any atomizers and you need some, then hey, that's
exactly. And so it's a different value proposition for different people, right? I mean, if you're at a lower league, it's a lot harder to max out the operation.
Yeah, I'm trying to find this on Reddit so we can read off a few more of the questions, but
yeah, I mean, I still got it right in front of me. So like,
I'm just not.
The third suggestion.
Okay, you can go ahead and read it off then.
I'll pass you the link as well. Here, I'll pass you the link. Should I do it in the top secret chat or just our DM?
You know what? You can, if you want, you can post it right on the live chat. If anybody else would like to look at it, that might be kind of cool.
I'll just post it here. yeah, that's the link right there. I'll just keep reading these off. We can give our opinions on it. So the third one was allow the usage of bots across hangars in battles. So the same bot in multiple hangar decks, right?
That would be nice, actually.
The response was that there's a physical, that the hangar decks represent physical space on your dropship, and you can't have the same bot be in multiple places, right? And then there's a little jokey thing. Hope nobody asks about pilots, right? Because we can put the same pilot in multiple robots in the case of legendary pilots, as I presume what they're referencing there.
I can see where they wouldn't do that, but it would be nice to have, like, let's just say you had 5 robots that you loved, but you had 2 different setups on each one that you loved. It seems like you should be able to have robot, let's just say your Leo in Hangar 1 and Hangar 2, and then equip different weapons on each one. Then you could just change from hangar to hangar depending on what setup you wanted to play.
Yeah. I mean, it would be terribly convenient. I mean, I've never bothered with a second hangar, because I find it's just it's. I mean, if it worked like that, then I guess you could just have like the same hangar. I guess that would just make the second hangar too powerful potentially.
I was under the impression that it did work like that, so I bought a second hangar on my Battle Wreck account, and I find it actually to be nothing but a big, giant, annoying thing. So I dumped 5 Cossacks into it, just because if the hangar is not full, it screws everything up. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Do not like it too much.
Yeah, I think it would make it too powerful, because then what you could do is you could run like the exact 4 of the exact same bots in the hangar, and then you just have the 5th bot change out between like a longer range bot and a shorter range bot, and then you could very easily maintain like your long map hangar and your short map hangar without having to actually level up 2 completely different hangars. It would make them really powerful, and I think they just don't want that to be. I don't think they want to emphasize that feature anymore, personally, but maybe
I just see it as like it would be a nice convenience type of thing. But yeah, having 2 hangars is not. I'm glad I didn't buy a second hangar on my account. All right, we got some more people in. Good to see you guys. Thanks so much for showing up. We're talking about some of the questions the developers have answered recently right now. If you guys haven't caught it already, our PGO posted a link to that if you guys would like to check it out on Reddit. All right, so next question.
Allow training hangars to test out bots before buying them.
I would love that, actually, but we do have a test server.
Yeah. So it looks like they actually the developers liked the idea, but they couldn't justify the extra time to develop it. And I think that makes sense to me. I mean, I don't even know. I'd have to look at. I think I tried to look up the original suggestion, because the description here in the post is almost too vague. Because I feel like X Hangar and Test Server kind of already do this to an extent.
Yeah.
I did have an idea myself once that like when a bot comes out, they could like have it be available to everybody at like level 9 and like for like just like one weekend. And then like everybody can use it, and whoever like gets the most kills with it that weekend, like the top 10 people get one for free at the end of the weekend.
That would be kind of cool.
But yeah, so I mean, it wasn't worth the development time to them, and we do have other options in that regard, and they make a specific reference to Hangar X in the answer to the question.
RX says, how annoying is the Nightingale?
Very annoying.
I would say somewhat annoying.
I mean, I find it incredibly annoying. It takes if it's kitted out properly, it just takes forever to destroy it, because it just keeps just floating there.
Not as annoying as the Hawk. Not as annoying as the Hawk.
Hawk is having a much weightier effect on the meta, and it's just getting really boring. But I feel like the Nightingale, sort of at least beats the Hawk out on sort of the how annoying it is relative to how powerful it is. Like it's more annoying than powerful, where the Hawk is just annoying because it's powerful.
Midnight, have a great day. Yeah, I made a 5 Hawk hanger the other day, and somebody got mad. They said, "I'm not watching this pay-to-win bullcrap," or something like that.
But you did that on the. Did you do that on the
BR account? Yeah.
On the BR account, it's like, yeah, well, it wasn't really paid for. It just kind of is.
I just want to see what it's like to have 5 Hawks in one hanger, and it was pretty interesting.
Kind of understand why someone would do that.
Now the damage was nowhere near as high as I thought it was going to be, but it was really easy to just pick people off. You know, you see somebody with low health, zap dead, zap dead. I got a pretty decent amount of kills, but still, I think most battles were under 2 million damage, which was surprising because I'm telling you, man, that was zapping some people to pieces.
Yeah, I'm sitting around with on my Hawk. The pilot still has a bounty hunter, which is a skill that I generally think isn't very good, and I just didn't want to invest the gold to change it. But the funny thing about the Hawk is when you go into the air and like there's someone low on health and you kill them and then you switch targets, then you're actually getting a decent benefit out of the bounty hunter effect.
True.
Which is, I find, is a lot harder to do with most bots.
All right, so what we can do, this might be kind of fun, is just read a couple of these things off and answer a couple of questions and then get back to the developer answers here. So, all right, where are we at on the next developer answer? Number 5. Okay,
right? Next one is make other players' drone hangers visible. So I think this is just making the profile screen include the drone hanger as well somehow.
So that way we can see what chips they have installed, I believe.
Yeah.
That would be nice,
and,
because
every time they added new features to the game, when they added modules, when they added pilots, those things eventually made it onto the profile screen. So the response is yes, one day they will have that. So they're going to add that too. But there's only so much real estate on the screen, so I don't know exactly what they're going to do. Maybe there'll be more fold-out menus, like you do for the levels of the weapons.
There will have to be some sort of like menu number 2 or something for that.
So that's a pretty straightforward one. Yeah, we'll see those eventually.
Nightingale is more annoying than Loki. I don't know.
Yeah, because Loki you can kill.
I don't really have problems with the Nightingales, but they do get a little annoying sometimes when they land right in front of you. You're fighting it, then it goes into a phase shift, and like as soon as the phase shift is over, it takes back off, and you're like, oh man, I didn't even get a chance to shoot at it. That's a little bit annoying. Thomas, yeah, I guess you can ask a question about my other channel. I'd prefer to keep mainly War Robot related stuff on this channel, though. I mean, yeah, okay. Sky Blue Hawk is definitely a good bot, but it's just too powerful. Hey guys, anybody else just tuning into the stream? Thanks for showing up, everybody. It's nice to see you all here. So question number 6. Question number 6 on the developer answers. Thread.
Allow factions to add boosts and skills or features to the bots and hangers. They say that it's an interesting concept, but the mechanics and the power levels of bots is not really built around the lore. So they don't really want to factor that in, and even unless they made it really powerful, it would probably just get neglected, and people are just going to choose the best bots, regardless of faction, and it won't really, won't really pan out to really do anything.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I would really like to see that myself. Like, I don't really get into the lore and stuff. I don't know, that's just not my type of thing, but I don't really see bots getting a boost according to what like manufacturer they have and whatnot. To me that just doesn't really sound too appealing. I guess I can see how some people might like it.
I think there might be like a little bit of an interesting, like maybe could have done something like that with the pilots and like had pilots get like slightly stronger when they're piloting a bot from a certain faction. But
yeah, that might have been kind of cool.
I mean, but it does. And they do answer to that one is that they will work on including more lore-based features in War Robots. So I don't know what that means.
Okay, American Monster wants to know, why do we always spawn in facing backwards? I don't think I really have that problem, honestly. Do you ever spawn in backwards, PGO?
No, I'm actually not sure what he means. Because I don't remember that.
You're saying the robot's facing the opposite direction when you spawn in? I don't think I've ever had that happen. Maybe like once or something, but man, I don't know. That's a very interesting thing there.
Someone was saying asking if we heard about Titan skins, and yes, we did. I mean, I heard about it. It was in one of the developer interviews. It was like 3 days ago, I think, that one came up.
Yeah, I think they said they were working on skins for those or something. So
yeah,
that'll be pretty cool.
Where that, you know, it's a very logical step. You know, a good way they can add something in that people can get or not, and it doesn't really overly impact anything, but it gives a chance for them to put their art team to use, making them some money without really offending anyone.
Hopefully the
very logical step.
Hopefully the Titan skins don't add 500% durability or anything like that. That would not be great. They'll be super Titans. Man, American Monster says that happens to him all the time. He's always spawning them backwards. That's weird. That is weird.
I've never had
Does
that
anybody
happen.
else have that happen?
Anyways, while they're looking into that, the next suggestion was list the maps in alphabetical order, presumably for the custom game menu. And their answer was basically that, like, there's only 13 maps. You should be able to sort it out, but if we can do it easily, and honestly, knowing about what I know about databases, it shouldn't be too hard. They will do it if they can without putting much time into it.
Yeah, I mean, that would be nice, actually. It would be a little bit easier to find the map you're looking for. I mean, 13 is kind of a lot, I guess. It's not a huge amount.
It's not that many, but it's just way easier to scan it sort of to the area where you would expect the map you're looking for to be based on, where it would be in alphabetical order. It would make things quicker. I understand why they don't want to put a lot of development time into it, but knowing what I know about databases, it shouldn't take a lot of development time to reorder that list. I don't know.
Tattoo Josh says he doesn't want to level up any special edition Titans.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I kind of hope they don't come out with special editions. Skin's cool. If they do, you're right, man. It takes so long to level up a Titan.
If I get a special edition Titan and it's not my first copy of that specific Titan, it's gonna sit at level 3. Like, that's it. It's gonna be level 3.
Sell that thing off. Get rid of that thing. Yeah, that's too much work.
I don't know. It depends on how sweet it looks. I might just leave it around to stare at it.
Maybe one day when you've got everything else maxed out, then you'll start putting your resources into that thing.
Well, I mean, I'm just saving up platinum right now because I have my Titan completely maxed out. So I'm waiting to see what the next thing is. Like, I want to get my hands on the next Titan and then just immediately max it out because I have 10,000 platinum already ready to go.
Nice. I don't think it was on this list, but they did mention there's a couple more Titans on the way. So they do have some more Titans in the works, I guess.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think I'm on the record as saying that, we're going to see a Yandy Titan, a Yandy faction-based Titan at some point in the next few months. It's pretty much a given.
Yep.
Right. Because, it's the only... I actually looked it up. It's the only faction that doesn't have a Titan yet. So
once they come out with a hover Titan, that's what I'm gonna try and see if I can get my pilot. I said I want to be the hover Titan pilot.
Well, they'd have to come up with Titan pilots first.
Well, I'll make sure I'm the first one.
And to be fair, the Oming is very much like the hover in that kind of regard.
I don't think so. American Monster, I kind of doubt we'll ever sell stuff and get platinum back when we saw Titan stuff.
Oh yeah, I think that was in the other Reddit thread. Someone was actually asking about that, and they said like it would upset the resource balance of the game, and if people could channel their stuff into those kind of resources, kind of willingly, they say it would upset the acquisition of gear. And I guess that makes a certain amount of sense.
I get it, kinda. But it would be nice to sell those and get platinum back, because, I mean, especially if you paid your platinum to get it. Yeah, we were just talking about Auric. We got some Titan skins coming pretty soon, so that'll be cool.
Yeah. Hopefully, yeah. I probably am kind of. I've been running the node for like 6 months now. I would love to get a new coat of paint on that. Yeah, hopefully those are not too difficult to acquire. So
suggestion number 8. This is a pretty interesting one right here.
Oh yes, a gear-based matchmaking formula. The response is pretty long, but actually this is the one I found most interesting, because what they basically say in their response is that the developers have taken time to try to think of gear-based matchmaking systems, but every time they do, they themselves or other developers on the team can think of how they would game that system and how they would exploit it to get like the most powerful gear that would put them into a lower tier on the matchmaking, and take advantage of that to do better, right? So,
and if the developers think something like that can happen, then obviously people are going to end up doing it eventually. So that's a bummer, because we need a little something different on the matchmaking.
Yeah, I mean, there's clearly some difficulties with the matchmaking, but I do believe personally that a gear-based matchmaking system isn't the solution, because I mean a player's performance is not entirely based on the level and kind of gear that they're using. So. And it's true, like they had that kind of system before, and people exploited it. So they're aware of the possibility for that to exist.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer how some people can ruin stuff for everybody. Even if there's just like a small handful of the population doing it, they ruin it for everybody. You know, you can't just have nice... That's why we can't have nice things. Always got to have somebody messing something up, unfortunately.
But
why can't everybody just get along and like be cool about stuff? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just found it interesting that they stated that they've tried. They tried to come up with ideas. But every time they had an idea, they're like, oh, but we could exploit it this way, so we can't use that idea. Oh, and this idea we'd exploit that way, so we can't use that idea. So like, it's probably not happening. I mean, they actually do kind of allude at the end of the answer to the question that they might use a hybrid system, but we're definitely not going to see purely gear-based matchmaking at any point.
Okay, Chameleon WR says, why does Expert 3 have to get matched against full max champions? I can actually tell you the answer to that. And I guess I get why it happens, but basically the matchmaking is supposed to look for people who are like similar to you, okay? But if there's not people who are similar to you currently in the queue to get into a battle, in order to save time, it'll just throw you in with the closest match or whatever, even if it's not perfect. So that way you're not sitting there for 5 or 10 minutes waiting for people around your hangar level or your league or whatever. Hopefully I explained that correctly. I don't think it came out exactly how I wanted it to come out, but I think you guys got the idea on what I mean there.
Now, I guess for me, my answer to Chameleon's question is another question. What platform, and is it a squad? Because if you're getting matched against a squad, I have a specific theory about why max squads are getting matched against like lower league players.
I'd love to hear that
and
theory.
Also there's certain the idea is that like the longer you're in the queue, the wider the range that the matchmaker looks at, right?
Yes.
But when you're in a squad, for the first 30 seconds, it only looks for squads, right? So
okay,
when you get to 31 seconds, I'm assuming it doesn't actually reset the rating range that it looks at. So it starts from 31 seconds with the rating range that it had at 30 seconds. And that's already expanded enough to include those lower league players. So it takes that squad and just like, oh, look, we have some master players, and then just throws the full champion squad against the master players. I think that rating range should reset, or should start from 0 or close to 0 when it's for including randoms against the squad.
I honestly don't think full squads of... I think a squad has 3 or more people. It should never be put up against randoms. I can see like 2 people in a squad up against randoms, but not 3, 4, 5, or 6.
Yes. I mean, 2 people in a squad do get matched against randoms because they basically treat it like just another single player that happens to be 2 players in the matchmaking currently.
That makes sense. Farhan, yes. Atomizer, Quarker, Nightingale is a pretty good setup. Like, I actually have a lot of fun with that setup. I've played that, and I like it a lot, actually.
And yeah, so Chameleon says Steam, and I think I knew he was on Steam. And that's the other problem, is the player populations on Steam are just so low compared to the other platforms that the matchmaking is basically just not working as intended on Steam. It's a real problem.
They don't have very many people on Steam at all, which is kind of surprising. I would have thought that would have taken off. Because, I mean, playing stuff on a PC is pretty nice, and the graphics... I don't know what they're like now, but back in the day, the graphics were way better than the mobile phones. But I haven't been on the Steam version in years. And I actually tried to play it on Steam, and I stopped just because the waiting times were way too long. I'm like, yep, going back to my phone.
Yeah, that's the kind of problem they have, is that matchmaking just doesn't have the material to work with on that platform. It's a real problem. I personally think they would be fine doing a merger, but there's a couple different issues with the fact that you're generally going to see better performance on Steam, and also that Steam doesn't have the ads. So it's complicated, but yeah, it just doesn't get the attention that the other platforms do.
Buster, I have not heard anything about the cost of swapping pilots. Have you heard anything about that, PGO? Like, when you change a pilot from bot to bot, I think he's talking about the rerolls to get the new skills.
Yeah, I mean, they're basically on the record to say that they're not seriously considering making major changes to that at this time. So
yeah, I don't think that's going to change, unfortunately. The underground robot, I don't know if that's ever going to come out or not. I mean, it's not going to be any... If it does, that's really not much of a difference than something that teleports, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It disappears from one spot of the map and burrows down through the ground, or just teleports. Same difference.
Yeah, it is a lot like teleporting. Yeah, okay.
Oh, I agree. It would be nice beforehand if they all face similar level players, but currently it's not quite working that way. But I think they're going to start working on it a bit to try and fix the matchmaking up. Alright, so let's check out the next thing on the list.
The next suggestion was add an additional league above champions. And the response from developers is that they're considering the idea right now, but rather than a new league above champions, it's actually a new league between masters and champion.
That doesn't
which,
really
I mean, I guess is a superficial difference. I mean, it's a little bit more awkward to do, but I mean, like, the new league essentially just becomes what champion is now, and there's another, and then champion becomes the next thing up.
So basically,
it's kind of a superficial difference.
I would probably be booted into the next league down on my account, I would think.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it depends on how they implement it.
I'm guessing champion would be like the ultimate league. Like, you'd have to be super awesome to get into champion. Just kind of like right now, if you want to get into the Legends League. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, maybe a little bit like that.
But it'd probably be easier to get into the champion than the Legends, I would think. But yeah, we don't really know how it's going to work if they do that. I'm just speculating here. Yeah, I think a new league would be nice, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's really going to come down to, it's definitely an interesting idea. It really depends on how they implement it and how it interacts with the reward systems and the matchmaking systems. I mean, I feel like it's a lot less necessary now that they made the changes they did to the rating system, but maybe if they do it right, it could actually help. They can actually reduce some of the negative effects. I guess, like, really, whether or not this is going to have effect is going to really depend on how they implement it. It's going to be entirely dependent on how they implement it. So it's hard to say.
Yeah, Thomas, I guess he kind of is. On my other channel, I do a stream with Max the Gamer. Thomas says, you're the War Robots version of Max.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that. Makes sense.
I just saw somebody. Condor wants a nuke. He wants a nuke that'll just blow up everything on the map or something like that. He's talking about orbital strikes. That would be some crazy stuff.
Tesla did tease that. I always thought it would be interesting to have a proper heavy version of the Noricum, where you get like just a artillery fire, but it was just like one big missile and just like bam. More like a tactical nuke.
Yeah, that would be pretty crazy to have something like that. I don't think we'll get anything that hardcore, but you never know. They're bringing a lot of stuff into this game I never really thought we would see, to tell you the truth. So things are getting a little crazy, and they're probably just going to keep getting crazier as we go.
So yeah, then they're talking. There's limited character length. Remove the character length limit, I think, or increase it, and the types of characters and usernames, or maybe they're actually talking about
reducing it. I think. You ever see one of those players where their entire name takes up like the whole board, and they put all those little arrows in their name, and it looks like one person has like 15 different robots because there's all those arrows moving everywhere. I think they were saying to get rid of that.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah. So I mean, and it says that they are going to have to do that sooner or later. So it's a pretty straightforward answer.
Yeah, they want to limit the length, not add more. The limit. So yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They should do that.
I guess I'm getting slightly confused with the chat system in game, where the chats are way too limited, and those definitely need to be longer.
Yeah, for sure. The chat thing, I don't understand. First off, why does it post the new messages like at the top instead of the bottom? Normally you would want to go to the bottom so you could just like scroll down. And the other thing is, they need, like, you can barely even type in like a whole sentence before it runs out of steam. So the in-game chat kind of stinks. I hope they fix that up.
That would be nice. Show equipped microchips in drone hangar, and they basically say that they're going to do some update to the drone UI to try to give us more information when they rework drones in an upcoming update, because they already teased in the developer videos that they are giving drones a rework to try to make them easier to understand, and so the UI is going to be part of that.
And new microchips are coming out as well, so that's pretty interesting.
Yeah. That's... some of the microchips are a lot of the microchip categories are pretty like kind of self-redundant. So hopefully we get some new interesting microchips.
American Monster says magnetic weapons makes red stick to the reds. I don't know, buddy. I don't know about that. I agree, Catters. Orbital is a little bit too much.
Okay, next one is another short one. Synchronized platform releases. And the answer is, because of their internal procedures, that's not possible. So, guess it's never going to happen.
So yeah, I guess we're never going to get to play with people on Steam or...
Well, I think it's just making, like, the problem is that where that's coming from is that, like, Steam gets released later, right? Like, they get new updates later, and they're just never going to get them at the same time. I'm not entirely sure why that's like such an absolute. I would just think you would just start that process a little bit sooner, but I guess there's just too much pressure to get the content out as soon as it's ready. on the platforms they develop it for natively. So
I think the mechanics or the way things work on those platforms are very different than the way mobile works too. So I was told it was kind of like it wasn't even a possibility to have certain platforms playing together.
Yes, that's possible.
Farhand, Leech is pretty cool. I mean, I don't find the Leech to be fun to play, but I think it's an excellent robot if you're good with it. It may have dropped out of the meta, but it's only about one step below the meta, I would say. Four medium weapons is always very powerful and packs one heck of a punch.
Leech can still work well. I mean, one of the interesting things is when we had the tasks where we had to play specific factions, the day where Evo Life became available, I saw way more leeches. Like, people just got all their leeches out on that particular day. It was kind of interesting.
PGO, so you have to go around in about 20 minutes, right? Or did you have more time, or?
No, I actually, something came up. I was actually going to possibly slip out when we got to the end of this list, because something did just come up that I need to go deal with.
So we're probably going to stream for about 20 more minutes, guys. This one's going to be a little shorter than normal. So PGO's got some stuff to do. I'm not feeling super good tonight myself, so I wouldn't mind cutting it a little early on this one. So, all right, next question here.
It's actually about selling stuff for platinum and gold that is purchased with platinum and gold, which we actually already talked about. Apparently, it's just going to upset the acquisition of gear too much to allow those currencies to flow that way. So they're just not going to do it. It's just silver for everything.
Yeah, it would be nice to get some other resources back, but especially gold. I like to have some extra gold. I kind of wish, since the pilot upgrades, the pilots came and all my gold's going to those, it would be nice to have some way to earn some extra gold quicker.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, we've gotten like a small increases. Like, we got a little bit more gold when operations came out, and I think they added those extra tasks for ads, which doesn't help Steam players, but and now we have the ability to go play other games to get gold, but that's not for everybody. That's really tedious. If you're willing to do it, you can get a lot. At least
some
if you live in North America.
I know keep saying the time runs out, or you get on one of those games and it almost forces you to spend real money in order to accomplish whatever it is. So some of the really big ones that give out lots of gold are really hard to do, but I think a lot of the smaller ones are pretty easy. Now all of those videos they've added, I mean, that's pretty awesome. You can watch all those videos to get some resources, but I'm just too lazy to watch that many videos. I mean, that's a lot of freaking videos.
For the special offers from other games is I pick ones that I consider to be big, but I generally pick ones without time limits, and I just grind away at them as I see fit until I get them.
Have you had any problems claiming the rewards, or has it always worked for you?
It's always worked.
That's good.
Sometimes there's a delay of up to a few hours, but it's last couple I've done, I've actually redeemed almost immediately. Just like less than an hour after I finish them.
Yeah, the Hawk is a little bit of whatever you just said there, Farhand. Sometimes I agree with that one. But yeah, I think it's going to get nerfed pretty soon. I think they said they got like 6 more robots on the way, plus the Titans, so I wouldn't be surprised if that thing gets nerfed really soon. I won't be too sad, I'll tell you that much. Number 14. I think we're on question number 14 now.
Yeah. Yep. Number 14.
Choose type of crate progression. The league chests need a rework, that is for sure. We have some plans for an overhaul or even an alternative feature in 2021.
That's an interesting bit of news.
Yeah, so we are going to see something different with the crate progression, and that might be pretty cool. I would definitely enjoy something happening slightly different than the way it is now.
Yeah, I know. Like the last time they changed them, there were some disappointing elements to it. But usually, like when they make these kinds of changes, they usually try to throw us a bit of a bone, at least with part of them. But it doesn't always work. So I mean, it's nice to see them updating those older systems, though.
That is true.
I hope they give a similar kind of treatment to the rank point system, since they've already changed rating.
Indian Savage says, "Why can't I leave this game? It's so frustrating me after losing." Yeah, you don't want to leave. This game's pretty awesome. Stick it out. I think it's only going to get better from here on out.
It's weird. The gameplay loop is so enjoyable, but there is a lot of other things that can get very frustrating.
I mean, I get days where
really
I just want to. I get days where I'm just like, oh my god, I hate this game. But even though I hate it, I still love it. You know. Most days it's okay. The only time I really get mad is when I constantly have matches where it's like full squad. Next match is a full squad. Next match is a full squad. It's just like, geez, can't you match me up with some normal people today? I mean, some days are worse than others, but it does get a little frustrating sometimes. Now, I really don't mind losing the game as long as we don't get stomped into pieces. If it was a good fight on both sides and my team loses, no big deal. At least I had fun trying, you know. But if it's one of those things where the enemies just run in and they just keep killing you the second you spawn in, that's not fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So then the last suggestion was incorporate lore into rewards and abilities. And they basically just say said that it seems like a great idea, and they're going to talk to the game design department about it. So pretty vague answer, but
more than likely I would say that I don't expect to see much on that one.
I mean, have the lore is a little bit tied to abilities, like specific bots features are supposedly coming from specific factions and stuff like that. And we kind of have had the lore tied into rewards a little bit with the event tasks that are looking at specific faction robots. But yeah, it would be interesting to see them expand on that somehow.
I've never actually read any of the lore or paid attention to it, so I actually know nothing about any of that stuff. To me, I just want to play a game. I don't want to read a book. That's kind of how I am. I'm not really interested in how Leo came from Mars or you know, Bulwark came from Venus or something. You know, I could care less. I just want to fight some robots. Of course, I don't think any of them actually came from Mars or Venus. I'm just...
Well, they do all come from Mars, though.
Do they?
That is the lore.
Seriously?
Well, the lore is that there was a big cataclysmic war on Earth, and everybody moved to Mars.
Oh, okay. I had no idea. I was just making up some crap, and turns out it was kind of true.
So yeah, everyone's living on Mars, and that's where the colonies are and where the bots are coming from. So we fight on Earth a lot, but it's because people are being sent back to Earth to like collect resources and stuff that was left behind.
American Monster said he wants a duo squad free-for-all mode. That might be kind of fun, where you and a buddy could go in and team up.
It's interesting. I think one of the competitive formats that they're considering is a three-man squad, but it probably is just two sides. It's probably not like a real free-for-all.
Yeah.
But that would be interesting to combine the elements.
3 versus 3 would be cool on some smaller maps.
Yeah.
On a really huge map, I don't know though.
What they're more likely to do is just use the current maps with closer spawn points, maybe.
Yeah, that could be. That would be a good idea, actually.
Fewer beacons or something, yeah. But it would be interesting if they did a game mode that was just like 6 teams of 2. problem there is that, no, I guess they wouldn't. They would just leave everybody as reds except for your teammate.
Tattoo Josh, I don't want to live on this planet anymore either. You're right. Crazies everywhere. People are nuts. I would love to just like build a little rocket ship and be like Unknown Hansen, and I'm Venus bound, baby. Super Snake, what's up, buddy? Hawk nerf in the next update? Not really sure, but it's coming soon, I would imagine.
Yeah, I think they do want. I think I don't know where, but I remember reading somewhere that saying that they do want to make Hawk less effective against regular robots. So, I think we will see something.
If you guys are not familiar with the Unknown Hansen, you guys should check him out. He's pretty crazy. He does the voice for the Squidbillies cartoon, and he's also a vampire that sings country western songs. And he has a song called Baby I'm Venus Bound. Like, it's like the goofiest stuff. His stuff's pretty funny, but some of you guys might get a kick out of that if you've never heard of him. Very weird and strange, but makes you laugh. Let's see. If you guys got any questions, I know PGO's got to get out of here in a few minutes.
Yeah, so, I actually do got to get going. I've got some stuff to do. Something that came up.
So if you guys got some questions, I'll try and answer a few before we go.
Have a good one. I'm going to get going.
Thanks, PGO.
Danny should be able to answer your questions, guys.
Good having you on the stream, bud. And I will catch you later. So I'll probably stream for till about 15 after, guys. Probably around 15 after. I'll cut this one off. Farhan, you're out of here. Have a great day. Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, I don't think the Hawk nerf can come soon enough. I can't wait for that thing just to be over forever. Flying Spag Bull, what's up? Good to see ya. Do I think Shell is a counter to the Cryo Hawk? Well, depends on how strong his shield is. Savage, I don't know. I haven't really heard how strong his shield is going to be. I do know one thing about this Shell, though, is his shield has, like, damage points that go all the way around it. And I think different parts of it break at different times. And if I understood it correctly, what they were saying is, like, different parts of his shield have different amounts of damage, but when you see it on paper, it reads one amount of damage. I kind of hope that's wrong, but maybe like the front of his shield will break after so many hit points. Maybe the back will break after so many hit points, or maybe it all blows up at one time. I didn't quite understand what they were saying there, but if that thing has a really strong shield, it's going to be great for fighting against those Hawk's lasers, but of course you're still going to have to wait for the Hawk to land, because any damage you do to the Hawk while it's in the air, it damages you back. But I do think that will be a fun robot to help fight against the Hawk. Sky Blue, Android users and iOS users do get to play together. That's currently happening. So we do get to play Android versus iOS, and I'm not sure if we're ever going to see any of the other ones coming in. I kind of think Amazon was supposed to be included in that as well, but I don't remember if that ever happened or not. Nah, I think we need the Hawk nerf monster. Even if they unnerfed all that other stuff, I still think the Hawk is way too strong. They just need to do something with this laser beam so it doesn't hurt regular bots as much, but does even more damage to Titans. That would be perfect. But yeah, guys, you should be able to squad with your iOS friends. I don't think you can be in the clan with them, but if you're on Facebook, I'm pretty sure, alright, if they're your Facebook friends, I'm pretty sure you can squad with them. I could be wrong. I've never really asked how it worked, but Android and iOS players do get to play together. Unless they took that away. I mean, for a while, it was definitely like that where we could. But I'm not really sure when the shell is going to come out, guys. That's going to be a really cool robot. If the shell is anything like it was on the last test server, it's going to be an amazing robot. I'm a little scared of it, though. It's going to be like Hellburner 2.0 with shell death squads that just run everywhere and blow everybody up. It's going to be insane. I hear you, American Monster. When there's one hawk on the battlefield, that doesn't really bother me either. But when you have 2 or 3 of them, or 4 of them, or 5 of them all going up in the air at the same time, it's just like right when 2 are landing, the next 2 go up. And as soon as those 2 land, the next 2 go up. You can't fight against that. So one hawk, no big deal. Squads full of 5 hawk hangars, though, awful. Awful. At first I was like, oh, hawks, no big deal, I don't care about this thing. But then when they were all over the place, my opinion on that changed. Sky Blue, I'm not sure which test server you tried, if all of them, because the hawk wasn't working properly on a couple, or not the hawk, the shell was not working properly on a couple of the test servers. And eventually the last couple of test servers, they got that changed and it was working correctly. And it actually seemed very strong on the last 2 or so. Abdul, hey, how's it going? But once they fixed the shell, it was very strong. I loved it. I was like, man, this is so much fun. It was just devastating. Especially with those sonic weapons on there. Ooh, man, it was nice. I agree. It would be nice if they could put so you can only use 1 or 2 of the same robot in each hangar, but I don't think that's ever going to happen, to be honest with you. Yeah, Indy, and I agree that the test server never tells the full truth because, first off, we get to see what a robot's like at level 8. And sometimes things are a little bit off on the test server as well. And then when it comes out on the live server, sometimes it's very different than it was on the test server. So you just kind of never know. What are your hawk counter bots, American Monster? Every week, Sky Blue, every week they make a brand new test server, so they're pretty much redoing it from scratch. So sometimes the test server gets a little weird, but they're basically just recoding the game every single week for the test server. Yeah, Super Snake. It would be nice if they would limit it to 2 robots per hangar, but yeah, I just don't think it's gonna happen. I don't know why, but they actually say that level 8 is the most optimum level for testing out stuff on the test server. And I really don't know why that is. I've never been able to get an actual explanation on why level 8 is the best level to test things at. Yeah, I haven't really been using my Hawk too much lately. I don't think he's very fun to play. It's a very good robot and that laser is very devastating, but I don't know, he's just not fun for me. I like brawlers, not like death beams. I like to brawl, not laser people. I don't know. I hear you, Super Snake. I got kind of bored as well running more than one of the same bot. Lancelot used to be my favorite bot for years, and I built 2 of them. I was like, you know what? I'm going to run 2 Lancelots, and I actually got bored with two of the same robot in my hangar. It just felt so repetitive after a little while. Abdul says everybody loves money. Yeah, that is true. We all need money. Got to keep that money to keep things rolling, I guess. You know what? Nightingale is a great counter to the Hawk unless the Hawk has anti-stealth. And then he destroys your little Nightingale before you can even do anything. That's always a bummer when that happens. When I play my Nightingale, I'm going after a Hawk, and then I'm just like, oh, it lasered me. Kind of happens more than I would have expected it to happen, too. So I think a lot of Hawks are running the anti-stealth. That's true. The Pantheon bots are great for at least blocking that. You guys may be surprised, but Lancelot's another great robot for Hawks because it can take a little while for a Hawk to take down Lancelot's shield. As long as you got some, if you max out your Lancelot and put a couple fortifiers on there, his shield's pretty tough. So that's a great Hawk counter, to tell you the truth. Super Snake, I think the Hawk should be able to at least do 75% damage on a Titan in one flight, but that's just me. It would be nice to see them do a little more damage. Now, sometimes I've gone up in the air with the Hawk and just ate a Titan to pieces really quick. I guess it depends on what the Titan has. Nightingales also, not Nightingales, Mings also have the healing. So when a Ming's up in the air and you're zapping it with a laser and it turns on its healing ability, you have a hard time taking those down. A lot of people don't really play the Nightingales correctly. They should really land when they don't have healing and go up in the air when their healing is ready. And that's the way those things need to stay alive, because they're really squishy when they don't have healing available. Arsima, I probably said that wrong. You like the Bog? I don't even know how to pronounce that robot's name. I just call it the Bog. I've never really been into that one too much. Seems like a cool robot. I almost built one at one point in time, but I never really had fun playing those. Sky Blue, I'm not really sure, but a lot of games don't like when you use a VPN. There's a reason for that, but I can't actually remember what it is. I think it has something to do with people cheating. I don't remember the exact reason, but there's something that people in other countries can do where... Man, I wish I remembered exactly what it was, but... I just can't remember the answer to that, but there's definitely a good reason why some games block stuff that have VPNs. Savage, you like the kid? I've never really seen too many people playing kids these days. I actually ran into a kid the other day that was really tough. I was like, man, this thing just won't die. So if you max out a kid, it is pretty tough. I just don't like the fact that all three of its weapons aren't usable at all times. In my opinion, that makes him kind of weak. If he had all three weapons at all times, I think the kid would actually be pretty cool. Alright guys, we're going to go for about another 10 minutes. So if you guys got any questions, hurry up and get them in before we end this thing. So we got time for a couple more. Catters, I don't know if you saw the thing I posted the other day in the admin room or whatever, but I was thinking of trying to get some really good players together. Maybe do like a monthly squad deal. It'd be sweet to have like 6 guys that had decent leveled stuff and were all good at the game to go do some squads on live streaming. So yeah, that might be pretty sweet. I don't think I just want to do random squads though. Like, I don't really have a Facebook set up for that, and I don't want to add a bunch of people to my Facebook for many reasons. Snipe, have a great day. Thanks for stopping by, and thanks for being a moderator on the stream. Yeah, the kid's actually pretty cool as far as durability goes, but... Oh, the other problem is not all of his weapons are up top, so he can't shoot over top of things like some of the Titans. Well, if it's doing better than your Ming, I guess it's the way to go. I've never had any luck playing the Mings. Every time I try the Ming, it just gets destroyed so quick. You almost have to have some of those 600 meter range weapons on the Ming and kind of hang back to where most people can't shoot you. I don't think you can't use a game ID to invite people to squads. I think that's only for like one-on-one matches. I don't think you can do actual squads with game ID. What do you mean by you can't find cannibal reactors? Are you trying to buy those? I'm not sure if they're available in the dealership for sale right now or not. Like, I've seen them for sale in the daily deal section. Let me log on the game really quick and see if I can find those in there. But I kind of think you can't buy them yet. I think they're only for sale at the moment. Or maybe you can still win them out of the chests. Let me go into the store and see if it's in there for me or not. Cool, Catters. Yeah, hit me up a little later about that kind of thing. It would be cool to set a squad up. Alright, let me go check in the Titan store real quick. Modules to the store. Alright, I guess they're not available yet. I can't see... Wait, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Hold on a second. Yeah, you can't buy them yet, okay? They're not available for platinum. You're going to have to buy them with real money or win them out of a crate. Eventually, they will be added into there, but it usually takes a while for the new items to actually get into the store. Oh, you're looking in the crates, so they're still not in the crates? I could have swore I saw them in one of those. But yeah, I'm not really sure what they're doing with that at the moment. Sky Blue, yeah, the report button. I'm not sure how I feel about the report button, but they do swear us that if enough people get if somebody gets reported enough times, they're going to look into it. But they can tell whether or not you're doing something wrong. So just because a bunch of people get reported, or just because you get reported a bunch of times, doesn't mean they're going to take any action on you. They're just going to look at your account and make sure you're not using a hack or a cheat or something. And they're going to make sure you're not tanking. Now, tankers, anybody who tanks, now that's going to be a problem for people who tank. And if you're not familiar with the term tanking, all right, that's a person who loses battle after battle after battle intentionally, so they can be put down in a way lower league and just obliterate everybody easily. Those are tankers, and those are the kind of people who are going to have some problems when the report button actually comes. Now, I have a feeling a lot of us YouTubers are going to end up being reported a lot. Like, oh, there's Danny Lightning, let's report that guy. There's Adrian, let's hit the report button. That's one thing a lot of us YouTubers are a little bit worried about, but it sounds like they're thoroughly going to do an investigation on the reports before they punish anybody. So I don't think we're going to have anything to worry about, honestly. Spanker, what's up, buddy? Thank you so much for the donation. That's awesome. Well, they already have a Legend League. All right, you got Legend League's kind of like part of Champion, though. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of weird how that works. But they're gonna make another league in between, you know, Champion and Masters or whatever. I would like to see a league after Champion, but I guess they're gonna talk about making one in between instead, which will still be pretty cool, I think. Anyway, guys, about 2 more minutes on the stream. So if anybody's got a last minute question, get it in now. Get it in now, because like I said, PGO had to go. I'm not feeling too good. I just think I'm just going to go try and eat something, and then in about an hour, that's about when I usually fall asleep anyways. It's 8:14 here. I'm usually in bed by 9:30 or 10. I just fall asleep, then I get up like crazy early hours in the morning now. So I'm actually pretty tired. I don't feel good. I'm hungry. My sinuses are all like flared up tonight, which happens sometimes. I have bad sinuses. They'll make you feel all kinds of crap sandwichy sometimes. You know, you just feel like a big old crap sandwich when those sinuses get you. I could drink a pot of coffee and I'd probably still fall asleep. The best counter against a hawk. That's kind of probably a scorpion, I would say. Oh, Savage, he just said scorpion. Check it out. Probably a scorpion because you can hide behind something, wait for the hawk to land, and then just teleport in and smash it really quickly. So definitely scorpion, as long as you can get within 350 meters of where it lands. Scorpion's great for taking out Mings, not Mings, but Aljuns and the hawks. Anything with the purple shield is really good for blocking it. Anything with a physical shield is really good for blocking it. Whether or not you're going to be able to hit it once it lands, though, that's another question. Now, even like the Typhon, though, the Aegis shield gets eaten up really quickly by that laser beam, and my Typhon usually dies because even with 3 fortifiers, 3 maxed out fortifiers and all the pilot skills, the Hawk laser still eats through the Typhon shield and then either kills it or almost kills it. So it's still not a great, unless somebody can suppress that thing, it's still not a great counter for the Hawk, unfortunately. But guys, I think that's pretty much going to wrap this stream up. Thank you so much for coming. Tomorrow I'll be on for some gameplay, so tomorrow morning hopefully I'll be on for my normal 2 hours worth of gameplay stream. Thanks, Spanker. Thank you guys all so much for coming out. Definitely appreciate you guys. So does PGO. He's not here to say that, but he definitely appreciates all of you. And if you guys get a chance, make sure you check out PGO's channel. If you haven't, make sure you hit that like button before you go. And guys, remember the like button is very important for all YouTubers. So if you like a video, hit the like button. That really helps YouTubers out, okay? If you hit the dislike, that's okay too. At least YouTube's like, hey, that channel's getting some attention, even if it's dislikes. But the more likes and comments people get, that actually helps their channels out. So leave comments, hit the like buttons for me and your other favorite YouTubers, guys. Every time I watch a video, if it's good, I almost always try and make sure I hit the like. Sometimes I forget. That's why the YouTubers remind you, please like and subscribe. If they don't send that little reminder out, a lot of the people actually forget. But when they see that, they're like, oh yeah, let me go hit the little button. So that's why you see that on almost every video, just for the reminder that, because it's such a big help to the YouTubers. All right, guys, thank you so much. Moderators, thank you for coming out and helping to keep the stream under control and all that good stuff. You guys are all awesome, and hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow, all right? Have a great night, and hope you're all having a great year so far. Things seem to be getting a little crazy already this year, so we'll see what happens, all right? Catch you guys later.